Hello, my name is Liana Moore Brave. Go ahead and click the subscribe button. Today, we are going to be talking about what goes on in office Hagwons, specifically Hagwons in South Korea. I am going to be talking about the cons of working in Hagwons. I'm going to be talking about stress factors, and I'm going to talk about the office rat, which you need to avoid at all costs. Now, in Korea, they do have a hierarchy system, so it's easy to think the person who reports to the boss the most is the office rat, but that is not always the case. The office rat could be anybody. The office rat could be the person who appears to be your best friend. I'm going to tell you some places that are dangerous are food. Whenever you are chatting over a meal, it seems like a safe zone. It seems like you're safe to talk. You're not safe to talk. Personally, I don't like feeling like walking on eggshells at work. Like, no one likes to feel like anything they say is a ticking time or a land or a mine, whatever, an explosion in the ground. What's the word for that? A landmine. No one likes to feel like they're about to step on a landmine. But it can feel like that sometimes working at Korean Hagwons, and it's usually because there's an office rat sniffing around the garbage somewhere, or there is a worry wart at work. Now, worry warts can come in the form of foreign teachers, and there is nothing I dislike more than starting a new job just to be pulled aside by foreign teachers for them to fill my head with all kinds of worries. Because it's very common in Hagwons for, like, teachers think they're doing you a favor by telling you all the nonsense that's going on, or all their perceived emotions about the place they're working, or all their past experiences with this current Hagwon and their past 10 Hagwons and their unfortunate and unpleasant experiences working as an ESL teacher. And I get it. A lot of bad stuff happens in the ESL world. I'm not new to the game, which is why I don't need you to pull me aside and fill my head with your anxieties and your worries. And oftentimes, the worry wart of the office can easily slip into the role of the office rat, in the office gossip, in the one who creates strife and trouble and turmoil. And it's ironic because these people actually have good intentions. Like, their intentions is to warn you that this might not be the best place to work at, and here's why. Or you might not want to do that or this, and here's why. And so their intentions are good, or maybe they're not. Maybe they're purposely creating strife and worry, because, like, South Korea is a competitive place. And then there's certain teachers who are really worried about job security. Like, they don't have self-confidence in their teaching abilities. So, like, if they like for instance, like, sometimes, let's say there's 4 foreign teachers on staff. Sometimes you know the teacher who's going to be fired first, right? And if you have a feeling you're going to get fired and that this teacher's the safest, you might work on this teacher and try to get them to quit, so you're safer a little bit longer, right? So, like, you can't, as much as I wish you could just be friends with all your foreign teacher coworkers, you can't always be, because you might have a foreign teacher who is a worrywart. And the number one way to tell if you probably shouldn't trust your coworker is, are they always worried? Are they always filling your air with reasons you're going to get fired? Listen, if I show up on time, I teach masterfully and wonderfully, there's no reason for me to be fired. So why are you trying to fill my head with reasons for me to be fired on day 2? And, like, you just started. You're not even the boss. So, like, shut up with your worries. Like, you don't need to pull me aside and fill my head with your worries and your anxiety, because all it does is fill me with worry and anxiety, and it turns the place that I am working at into a landmine. And I don't want to work at a landmine. Like, when you're a foreign teacher, everything is your job. Because the apartment you get is usually located to work and it's attached to your job. You're usually at work for like 8 to 9 hours a day. And maybe you have extra work, so maybe you're working 10 hours a day. Like, your life is your job. So I don't want to feel like my life is a landmine. So, like, no, I don't like the company worrywart who fills the office with strife, worry, and trouble. Like, and my advice to the office worry wart is please keep your anxieties to yourself. Like, you know what? And lay off the coffee. Like, if you're someone who's like, oh, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. Like, if you're a chicken little person by nature, like if you're an anxious and worried person by nature, lay off the coffee. It fills you with anxiety. Coffee can make you so anxious. Like, if you have a problem with anxiety and you're like, coffee is not going to help. Coffee is not your friend. Lay off the coffee if you have a problem with anxiety. Like, lay off the coffee. Like the worry wart. Drinking all that coffee. The boss is going to fire me. The boss is going to fire you. You shouldn't have said that even though you were right. Like, okay, so the office worry wart can easily become the office rat, the person who causes the most trouble and strife amongst coworkers. And they literally think they're coming from a good place, but they're not. They're coming from a place of anxiety and worry, and doubt and fear are the things that always create trouble. Like, what does Yoda say? Fear leads to hate. Hate leads to the dark side. Something like that. Like doubt, worry, and fear are the destructors of human beings. Like, so you don't want them, and you don't want to talk to the person who's always filling you with anxiety about who you are as a person, about who you are as an employee, about who you are as a job. And like, if it gets to the point where the worry wart is always coming up to you with their worries, you need to be conscious enough of what is going on and let them know, like, hey, please stop putting your own anxieties and your own nervous nature onto me. Those are your anxieties. Those are your worries. They are not mine. Please stop putting them onto me. Please stop putting all your nervous energy into me. I don't want it. I want to be calm. I want to be relaxed at work. I want to feel happy at work. I don't need your anxiety. Please take it over there. Please get rid of your nervous energy. Please stop drinking coffee and take it over there. Stop whispering in my ear that I might get fired. Stop telling me all the things that you have perceived as me being wrong in doing. Because like foreign teachers always go, oh, this is Korea, so you can't do this. I remember so I usually I point, when I point like this, like with an open palm, which is good, positive body language. And like, someone's like, you can't do that. You got to point down. This is Korea. That's unnatural. I'm not going to point down. I get that you have my best intentions at heart telling me to point down like this, but I'm not going to do that because no one does that. No one goes, you over there. No, people go, hey, you look at my body language. What's more natural? Me going, hey, come here, or come here. Come on, like, be honest. Like, so people will give you all kinds of advice. Some of it's good, a lot of it's bad, and you don't have to take it. Like, people just give advice. You don't have to take it. And like, my advice to you is, when someone is coming at you with all kinds of bothersome news, like, in one ear and out the other. Don't let worry warts fill your own heart and your own mind with their anxieties and their strife. And that is one thing you're going to have to deal with in the Hagwons, is because people get stressed out in the Hagwons. For whatever reason, Hagwons are a place full of people who have anxiety problems. And it's probably because of management being terrible, like management just yelling at people and ripping them a new asshole instead of like calmly addressing problems with calm, rational behavior. But it doesn't, whether management is a mess or not, whether people have reasons to be like, help me. The best bet is to try to be as chill as possible around your worry warts, your rats, and your chicken littles. Like, they're gonna complain, they're gonna whisper in your ear, they're gonna tell you you're gonna be fired because some kid didn't understand the new vocabulary word you introduced to them. And you're gonna hear all kinds of ridiculous things, like, and the only thing I can tell you is, if if the worst case scenario happens where you end up getting fired from a Hagwon, see it as a good thing, because who wants to be at a place where it feels like walking on a landmine? Anyways, my name is Leon More Brave. If you would like more advice about how to survive your career, your corporate cutthroat career in South Korea, please subscribe to my channel. We talk about a lot of things on my channel. Not only do we talk about the corporate world, internationally, but we talk about it in South Korea. And not only do we talk about the corporate world internationally, we talk about philosophical ideas, religion sometimes, and of course, dominantly, this is a music channel, so click subscribe for great music. My name is Leon, I'm more brave. Thank you for listening to me.